Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and I was always told I had a voice radio, so today we're going to be talking about a card that was actually featured in one of my most popular videos ever. A card which is incredibly exciting. It's Mega Beedrill. It's not actually been great up to now, but it could well be great in the future. Now, Beedrill EX actually saw quite a bit of play. Beedrill EX saw play for the attack Double Scrapper in old Vileplume decks. You see, the thing was that Vileplume decks blocked item cards, and that was good. But if a Garbodor could get a Floatstone attached, or any tool, but it was usually a Floatstone, before Vileplume came out, then Garbodor would be turning off Vileplume's ability before Vileplume was on the board, and Vileplume couldn't block item cards. But if Vileplume could then get rid of that tool on Garbodor, Garbodor would then be item locked and wouldn't be able to get a replacement tool to re-block item cards. And you can't play a field blower when there's a Vileplume on the field. So in comes Beedrill EX with Double Scrapper, gets rid of those tool cards, turns off Garbodor, but not just for one turn, for the game essentially, because Vileplume is then blocking Garbodor's items, and life is good. Beedrill saw a fair amount of play, although not for Pin Missile, 40 damage for each head you can flip from 4 coins, not an amazing attack, didn't see a huge amount of play. But the thing was, when we first looked at these cards, it wasn't Beedrill EX that excited us. It was Mega Beedrill EX that excited us, because it does automatic paralysis. Now, we've talked about automatic paralysis a couple of times lately, including in my Drapion video yesterday. Automatic paralysis is pretty gosh darned great. But there were problems with Mega Beedrill that meant it was just never that good. One of the issues was it took 2 energy to get this attack going. And then you have to discard all energy attached to Mega Beedrill. So it wasn't even like you could attach 6-7 energies and then discard 2 at a time. The attack forced you to discard all of the energies. And this was a big problem, because how would you get multiple energies on Mega Beedrill? Well, before it Mega Evolved, you'd use Max Elixir. After it Mega Evolved, you'd use Mega Turbo. But this was much better with Vileplume, and Vileplume stopped you playing Max Elixir and Mega Turbo. So getting the energy on there every turn for paralysis didn't really work. And the problem is, paralysis lock, whereby you are paralyzing every turn, good. Occasional paralysis, not great. It's just not particularly good. The other issue we had here was a weakness to fire, and Volcanian's been good for a while now, so yeah, they were 2 big problems. But they might have both gone away at this stage. Volcanian is seeing much less play, because stuff like Gardevoir has been absolutely crushing, and stuff like Zoroark has been crushing, and those decks, to be honest with you, have just been better. And then in terms of the energy, well, we've now got Venusaur from Shining Legends. Venusaur from Shining Legends now has this amazing Jungle Totem ability, and I have mentioned it in a couple of videos lately, but in terms of exciting cards, in terms of cards that could take alright cards and make them amazing, yeah, you don't really get much more exciting than Venusaur from Shining Legends. So now you attach 1 energy to Mega Beedrill, then you discard it and you get the paralysis. Although I should mention it's not just paralysis. It's paralysis plus poison, but that poison does 4 damage counters between turns rather than the usual 1. So it's 80 after your turn with the poison, then after their turn it comes back to you with 120, and then after your turn it's essentially 200. And it's not like they're just retreating or any rubbish like that, or attacking and KOing you, because they're paralyzed on their turns. Venusaur plus Mega Beedrill is one of these combinations where we look at it and go, oh yeah, that could be an awful lot of fun. Volcanion is nowhere near as good as it used to be, and it now turns into a single energy attack, which means we don't need to try so hard to get 2 energy on there every turn, because actually here, as long as you can get 1 energy on there every turn, which should be mostly doable, you should be able to get Mega Beedrill in a paralysis lock. And in fact, and I know we're already playing a Stage 2 Venusaur and a Stage 1, essentially, Mega Beedrill, you could even play a Rabombi here. Now, Rabombi's not seen a huge amount of play, but it's got the amazing ability Honey Gather that just allows you to grab 2 basic energy from your deck. It's a Professor's Letter in an ability, and it means that you can guarantee 2 turns worth of energy for Mega Beedrill in one go. Sounds like a lot of fun. Now, there are problems with this. There are 2 problems specifically, and those problems are Ace Roller and Guzma. Guzma is a 3 or 4 of in basically every deck, and there are a couple of decks here or there that don't actually play 3 or 4 Guzma and only play 2, but even those decks are kind of few and far between at the moment. And that's a little bit of an issue because Guzma acts as a switch. Time was, people would play Lysander, and Lysander got their Pokemon off the bench, but it didn't switch. And an awful lot of people would play Floatstone as their only switching cards. That made paralysis good. That's not the format we're living in right now, ladies and gentlemen. The format we're living in now is a format where everyone's playing Guzma. Not only that, but everyone is playing Ace Roller, which is a bit of an issue, because Ace Roller picks up a damaged Pokemon, and they will be damaged after you hit them with Beedrill, and that means that then, well, they're out of the active. Not only are they not paralyzed anymore, but they're actually then completely healed as well. Whoopsie daisy. And let's not forget we've got Tapu Lele nowadays, which can search out that Ace Roller and can search out that Guzma. Here's the thing though, you're doing minimum 80 damage. I suppose if you come across some kind of fairy deck playing a Comfy that turns off paralysis and turns off your poison, then you'll just auto lose, but nobody's playing Comfy at the moment. I mean, literally nobody, not one single player is putting Comfy in their deck right now. So even if they actually do get the Guzma or Ace Roller, that's okay, because you're still doing a decent amount of damage, and the other thing is you got 200 HP. You're unlikely to be KO'd, unless they're hitting you for fire weakness, and there ain't much hitting for fire weakness right now. Takes a lot to do 200 damage. I mean, let's look at some popular Pokemon. Golisopod, best case scenario, Crossing Cut GX with a Choice Band, 180. Nope, that's not getting a KO. How about a Zoroark GX with a full bench and a Choice Band? 150. That's not getting a KO. Something like a Gardevoir GX needs 7 energy in order to get a KO because they can't take account of your energy. Your energy are all going to be discarded when you attack. You're surviving a lot of hits here. And then, of course, you could bring in your own Ace Roller, or you could bring in Max Potion. Any deck that's leaving themselves without any energy on to begin their turn is really open for using Max Potion. And I think that's where Mega Beedrill comes in nowadays. It's less about, I'm going to paralyze you while I can go ahead and just block your items with Vileplume. It's, I am going to have a single energy attack that's going to paralyze and poison. I'm going to basically be 2-hit KOing everything, and maybe sometimes you'll have an Ace Roller or a Guzma, and that's going to suck. But I also play Ace Roller, and I can take advantage of Max Potion, so I can heal just as many turns as you can. But you're not 1-hit KOing me, and I essentially am 1-hit KOing you, because I'm 2-hit KOing while paralyzing, and that's good enough. Now, you might need to use a Viper or 2 here to make the maths work. So I was talking about essentially at the end of your second attack, you've done 200. Well, against stuff like a Zoroark, that's not going to be enough, because they've got 210. But even a single Viper here will do, well, 3 extra poison damage time it comes to the end of your turn, second turn. One for you, one for them, one for you. And then you'll be going up to 230 there. You could even add 2 Surviper to go up to 260 and literally 2-hit KO anything. I think at this stage, it's finally worth testing. It could finally be a great deck. Vileplume's gone. Vileplume's rotated out. But between Venusaur making it a single energy attack and then abusing Ace Roller and Max Potion, what you're essentially doing is saying, even on the turns you can get out of this, you're probably not KOing me, and then I'm just going to heal anyway. I think this could be a really fun deck. I have been waiting for this card to be good, and I think maybe it now could be. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear from you guys, so let me know in the comment section. Do you think this is finally a good deck, or am I getting overly excited about nothing? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel and get some bonus podcasts, and there will be another bonus podcast going up tomorrow, you can do so at patreon.com/PTCGRadio. But by far, the most important thing as always is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.